Camp Landing is in Stark, Florida, which is probably one of the worst places you would ever want to do an SFRE.
It's called the Special Forces Readiness Exam. You can come right off the street as a civilian, active duty or guard, different branches. You can be a Marine or in the Air Force and try out for the unit.
I was going for a miracle. I'm an older guy. It's about business. It's about the standard. It's just my job to just show up and just get it done.
I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
For this show, we just wanted to peel back the curtain and show people what it's truly like to become a Green Beret.
We want to see that grit and determination more than anything. If you refuse to get back up, then it's a failure.
For this selection process, we had 60 high-speed people show up. I promise you that none of these guys are gonna leave the same way that they showed up. They have no idea what they're in for.
Whatever led you here, you must have been lying to yourself about the reality of it.
Bro.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Beers and Breakdowns. In this one, we are super excited to bring something completely off the wall, something we actually found ourselves looking for something else, and it's a YouTuber. So this dude, Evan Royalty, made this video, and we just happened to come upon it, and the thumbnail looked like they were using military equipment. It looked totally like SF style. So like, yeah, let's click on this. It had 23 million views. So like, clearly people like this.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that have seen this.
There's a lot of people have seen this, so let's check it out. So we're sitting here, we watched it, we're like, dude, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like,
And we looked it up. I don't know anything, and I don't think Sean knows anything about the SCP. Apparently it's like some sort of universe, or not universe, but a compilation of different videos, maybe games. I don't know. So if you guys know what it is, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, we just stumbled upon this video, and we watched it for tactical purposes. And we were blown away by this YouTuber making such an awesome little short film. Like, it was so good. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I think he made some super intelligent decisions as somebody who's making a short film. First of all, what's the hardest part about making a film that even if, like, so let's say someone came in and gave us a budget to make a film, the hardest part is gonna be good acting. Because as soon as people open their mouths, it could scream low budget or like, you know, non-professionals. Acting is not an easy craft. So this guy had the whereabouts, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he covered all their faces in mask, so nobody had to act, and everybody was voiceover.
Yeah.
So he never had to dub anything, it was completely voiceover. That was a super intelligent decision that he made. But other than that, this is really cool. Let's jump into it. We could talk about some of the tactics that they used, some equipment, and let you guys know what we think about something that you've probably already seen, because this got way more views than we've ever got, I think, in our entire channel.
Probably more than most of the movies that we watched, too.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
Also,
yeah, for sure.
If you guys like, got my Chase Fear shirt on. This is in partnership with Barbell Apparel. Check them out, barbellapparel.com. We've got a new shirt coming out with them. It's our Think Fast, Move Slow shirt, which is pretty sweet.
I like that.
It's coming out real soon. It's probably out already when you're seeing this, so check those guys out. They have an awesome return policy. If you get bigger, you get smaller, you need new clothes because you rip it, whatever the case is, reach out to them and they will change it out for you. So check those guys out, barbellapparel.com.
He's got Michelangelo on his chest.
Does he?
Yeah.
The fuck is this shit?
It would seem we're expected.
It would seem we're expected.
Dude,
That's creepy.
So creepy, bro. I saw that, and when we first, Kurt and I both, when we first watched that, they're walking up, and there's a missing person in the woods, and you're like, well, that's a dumb place to put a missing person photo. And then it scans out to where all of them are the missing people, and they're all on the tree. Yeah. I was like, oh, hell no, bro.
I don't want to be part of this mission anymore.
No,
I don't want to be part of this team anymore.
I'm out, dude. I'm out.
I'm going to rip my poster off and leave.
I'll put my gun down and just be like, listen, I didn't sign up for this. This is weird. I don't like it. We're in the woods. I'm getting creepy vibes. I'm out of here, dude. So kudos to Evan Royalty. That was such a clever thing to do, and it made it so creepy.
And it kind of sets the tone for just, I think creepy is the perfect way to put it. Like this whole like short film or film, whatever, is just, it's creepy.
It's
like
creepy,
when we get into like a little bit further, like things that happen, it just makes me feel like I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Like none of that.
And the cool thing about this whole like ambiance about it is like, you look at these guys, well, and I guess it'll go into my notes next, because at first I'm watching, I'm like, these ain't SF guys.
No.
But then as I'm watching it further, I'm like, oh, these aren't supposed to be SF guys. These are dudes with cool gear, sure, like they have the SF guy gear, but it's very much feels like this, and I get we don't know the story, we're just watching this not knowing anything about it. It very much just feels like this kind of post-apocalyptic thing where these kids have had to learn as they go and teach themselves their own TTPs and adapt and overcome and become their own little fighting force.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they're supposed to be traditional SF Rangers or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though the gear would suggest that, the story very much fits everything that they do.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that shot's so dope, dude.
It is.
So this scene, when they walk up, it looks like a group of airsofters, right?
Yeah,
like
100%.
They all collected their own gear. They're all airsofters. They all have their own idea of what the SF thing looks like. And so it kind of, at first you're like, it looks like a bunch of airsofters. But then the story kind of develops. You're like, it makes you feel even more like, oh, these guys collected their gear. These guys piecemealed everything they needed in order to operate.
Yeah.
This isn't like some, and again, this is just based on watching it, so we could be completely wrong. But the feel I get is this isn't like some organization where they're like, here's your equipment, here's your uniforms, like the military. It's like, hey, you get your own stuff, you get what you think you're gonna need, and then we all meet in the middle, and then we act together, and then we'll develop our own TTPs when we link up. Which I think is super cool, man. I really dig this.
It's almost like Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Like where you guys just have to get together and do your own thing. But again, on the creepy factor, like you got freaking people floating in the clouds right now.
Too
like,
much,
dude,
man.
I'm gone again. I don't mess with this whole supernatural BS. So.
And I really, really enjoy the deep tone, like kind of, what's that game that used to be super Halo?
Halo? Okay.
That kind of like muffled Halo speaking through a calm voice, like intercom's voice. I love that. I think it's super cool, and it adds a really cool ambiance to these dudes because you can only see their eyes. So you're really taking away, a lot of their character, which makes them more like mysterious.
Yeah.
Over.
All right, so this is the first time I have to beat him up over tactics.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to,
we got to give it to him a little bit.
Yeah, so first of all, for all you guys making this, great job. It looks awesome. You guys are doing amazing. The one thing I beat you up a little bit is when you're tossing your flashbang, you're already in a pretty bad security situation because, which Kurt brought up when we watched it, is the glass door. That glass door is a huge security violation. You guys are walking up into it. People are able to see you.
Yeah, one dude's just standing there.
Yeah, so one guy's like, you guys are all kind of stacking on the door, like super focused on the door. And then when he goes to toss the bang in, he way over penetrates. So his whole body. So if you got to think, if somebody's in there and they're going to shoot at you, you just got shot in the face. You just made yourself an easy gimme target to get shot in the face. Now you have a man down. Now people have to pull you off and then flow in 2 people down, at least 1, and then 1 to take care of that guy and pull him out of the way. So typically what we do, and this is just a TTP for my team, was to take a knee. That lets everybody know that I'm about to throw a bang. Usually I have a flashbang on my back. They'll pull it off the back for me, hand it to me. I'll pull, I'll show that I pulled and that they're ready. They'll give me the nod, I give them the nod, and then I throw. And then when I throw, I'm using the door as a stop for my hand to not over penetrate, but also to not throw it too far this way, or to just give me a straight angle in. So another thing that I'm trying to not have happen is if I throw the flashbang and I hit the door jam because I threw it out here, I hit the door jam and then it flashbangs my team. So a way to just alleviate or eliminate rather any of those issues is, here's the door jam right here. I'm gonna hit with my forearm the door jam. So I'm not penetrating my face and I know that I'm gonna throw it in. So I'm just gonna pull, get the nod, he gives me the nod, boom. That way I know the flashbang's going in that way, and then I can get gun up, bam, bam, boom, and we either chase the bangs or we let it bang and then follow in after. And chasing the bang, you wanna use a 9-banger, and the whole goal of that is why it's going off and distracting people, you're already flowing in. And then you're not distracted because you're accustomed to it, they are, and you can get your shots off.
The 9-banger goes off 9 times. That's why they call it that.
Yeah, so you want to be in before that first one even starts going off. You want to toss, get gun up, stand up, and start flowing, and then as it's going bam, 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 you're just taking your shots because they're flinching, you're not, is the idea.
The cool part I did like about this too was the fact that he actually checked the door handle. Like, a lot of people would just walk up and think that because they see it in movies, you just got to kick the door open. But now you're making a huge scene and all that. He just checked the door. He's like, oh, open.
That's a really good point. Kudos to you guys. That was a smart move.
Holding. Small room. Small room left. Coming out. Clear. With you. Clear. Coming out. Coming out. Clear. Clear. Talk moving to second deck.
Looks good. That looks good.
Yeah.
Flowing's good. They had their own TTPs already established as far as saying coming out. Would we say coming out? No, but it doesn't matter what our TTPs are. They established TTPs so that way everyone knows what they're doing. They all said coming out, you know, as last man instead of last man. And then on their re-clear, instead of, there was no hesitation. They all understood that re-clear, we're just gonna flow back through in a single stack. Everyone's gonna fall in line and then we'll get back to where we're going. So that was amazing. It looked really good. It was smooth, it was fluid. You could tell that they had everything worked out and they practiced.
I don't have any problems with that scene.
I was super happy with it.
One part I just noticed was it looked like the first 2 rooms get cleared, and so everybody breaks off, and there's one guy walking up to the other one. A guy comes out of the first room, hits him on the shoulder, and he's like, I'm with you. And so now he knows that he's got somebody with him, so then they bust into the door. So it's just like little things like that, because you're not gonna go clear a room by yourself, generally. And so the fact that they were able to do that so smoothly, like, yeah, you could probably nitpick here and there, but for me, I think it met all of the principles that you need to meet right there. And I thought that was a solid scene, especially from some guys that seemingly probably aren't military trained. For them to be able to come up with that and do that as effectively as they did, I think that was awesome.
Game on, dude. It looks great. Good job. One thing that people need to understand is you could take 100 teams and tell them to clear the same exact hallway and you're gonna get 100 answers.
Yep.
Every single team is gonna say, well, the right way is this way. Well, our right way is this way, and our right way is this way. As long as at the end, you flow smoothly like that, we're all right.
That was beautiful.
It was perfect.
It was like water, which is CQB should be like water, and that was just like the water splashing into the rooms and flowing down the hallway. Yeah, you got back up a little bit.
Don't you fucking do it! One to Helios. We've got a bogey down on the second floor. Proceeding to ID. Over.
You're right in front of the door.
Another tactical error.
All right, so they haven't made many yet, but this is a huge tactical error.
Yep.
You cannot stand in front of a door. You can't stand in front of an open door like that. Just because you killed one bad guy does not mean there's not 5 more in that room. And so they killed the bad guy, who was super creepy, by the way. And
super creepy.
Really?
I would have shot that dude as soon as I came around the corner. I was like, nope, not today.
Yeah, I probably would have panic shot that dude in the face, bro. We would have been doing some strange paperwork after to explain that one.
He had a gun on him.
He had a gun on him, like, dude. That guy was scary. like you shot him because he was scary. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's nightmare fuel.
He was wearing a bed sheet.
Yeah, come on, man. He was wearing a bed sheet. He was on his knees. He had to go. And so first they got too close to him. They're way too close. Your ARs can shoot way farther back. And then, I like that the guy like come up on him with his pistol. Sure, that's like it's a move you could do. There's nothing wrong with that. Like just making those decisions. Do I want to use my pistol? Do I want to use my rifle? What do I feel more comfortable with? Maybe I want to go no weapon because my boys got it, and then I'm going to go hands on because that guy hasn't technically grabbed for a weapon yet. Maybe it's my cop background, but sometimes it's better not to have anything in your hands, because you got to use these things. Mm-hmm. I made that mistake as a rookie cop. We had a shooting situation, and then I went crazy situation. Two gang members shot at each other, right? I'm walking into the place where it was like a basketball court, the YMCA's, because these were like kids that shot at each other.
Jeez.
And so I'm walking in, and this kid is like, F you cops, F you, you guys suck, go home. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I walk in, I look at the footage, and I'm looking at him, and I'm watching this kid go bop, 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 bop. And I go, that's the kid outside yelling at me. So I was like, hey, the shooter's outside right now. And you could see him go, and he ditches the gun and then comes back to try and pretend like it wasn't him.
Oh,
and it almost worked. It was so blatant that nobody thought it would be him. So my mistake was I was a rookie cop. I ran outside. I put him at gunpoint, told him to get on his belly. He got on his belly. And then I went up. I put my gun to the back of his... I didn't put it on the back of his head. I just pointed at his head, and I put my knee on his back. Because in my head, I'm military. So if you move, I'm going to blast you. That wasn't my thought process. I wasn't going to shoot him because he was unarmed. But still, my military training was I keep my weapon at all times.
Right, yeah.
And then my lieutenant was there. I was like, whoa, put your gun away.
All it takes is one person with a cell phone to just end you at that point.
So I'm knee on his back with my gun out because I'm waiting for someone to come and arrest him. That's my thought process. Not a lot of pressure, by the way. He could breathe. And
got to be said.
Got to be said. He could breathe. He was fine. I wasn't like putting a lot of pressure on him. I was just controlling him. But then after, I was upset that the lieutenant yelled at me, but I was like, wait a minute. Like, the lieutenant's right. What am I going to do with my gun in my hand? He's unarmed. So if I can't shoot him because he's unarmed, it's not ethical, I wouldn't do that, then what am I doing with my gun? It's a waste of...
It's a burden almost.
It's a burden. It's in my way. So my lieutenant was 100% right. Put away my gun and be able to use both my hands instead of having a pointless weapon system out that I can't use.
Well, now you could arrest them instead of waiting for somebody else, right?
Exactly. So it was lesson learned is sometimes you have to do critical thinking as to what weapon system is the best, and sometimes no weapon is the best choice.
He got cocky though.
Oh, he did.
He got cocky coming back.
He did, and he was cussing us out and stuff.
Yeah, causing a scene.
Causing a scene, and it almost worked. I just checked the footage, and I was like, no way, bro.
But yeah, an easy way to avoid this, for one, in the dark room that you can't see, maybe just shut the door.
You got to send dudes in there to clear it.
I know, you have to.
You have to send a couple guys in there. Like, I'm going to stay on the person that I shot in the face. I'm pretty confident they're not going to jump up out of nowhere. But in this movie, maybe they will.
I don't want this creepy dude.
This could do creepy, so maybe we will.
But I also don't want to go in the dark room either.
Right, but someone's got to go in the dark room. And I'm sorry, I shot this person. I own them. You got to go.
That's one of those where you find yourself at the front of stack and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. But you can't just sit in the front room and hope that no one pops out.
Basement doors reinforced. Some of the numbers are fitted on the lock, so we can probably brute force it.
Let me have a look.
Can you blow it?
Ah, that was funny. Come on, guys.
Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? He was like, this door feels like a door. It's feeling very doory.
It's almost like a mime when they like show that there's a door.
What is this? What is this door? It's like a Trump voice. This door is the best door
Oh, here we go.
I've ever felt a door. This is the best door.
I've felt a lot of doors.
A lot of doors. This door's the best. Dude,
but yeah, like
he's watched too many movies. Like you don't start. No SF guy in the history of SF guys has ever walked up to a door and said, yes sir, this is a door. Yes sir, the door is definitely a door.
I love how he was like at the top of the stairs, like, let me have a look.
Let me have a look at this door. Yes sir, that's a door. What do you want me to do with the door?
Well, honestly, so what is he doing? Like, probably he saw a movie or something, and he's like checking for tripwires. Yeah. But I mean, what are you gonna trip it with your hands? If there is a tripwire there at that point?
Think about how tripwires work. They want to trip you.
So you don't just rub them real hard.
If you think about a tripwire and it wants to trip you, where's it going to trip you? Probably around your feet. Maybe it's crossing the bottom of the door. Maybe you could see it with a light, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So typically how we do door check is we take a light and we shine it and we look. And so that's where he's getting confused, is he sees probably, movies or SF guys and looking at a door frame. Yeah, we don't want to walk into a booby trap, so we'll take a light and we'll shine it. Or we'll, just do some kind of check, maybe a laser, something, to check for tripwires or some kind of booby trap in a door. But we're not just walking up to it and feeling it for its squareness. So I just thought that was funny. Poor guy, I'm sorry. He's doing a great job. Yeah. I'm just beating him up. But that was funny scene. Because he's like, can we blow it? Like, we could blow this house down if you want to. Like, yeah, we could blow it. It's a door. What can't we blow if you got enough explosives?
And to be fair, I've seen enough creepy stuff up to this point where I'm going to be like, yes, we should blow up this entire house.
Yeah,
at this point.
dude.
I don't want to go in any more scary rooms.
Yeah.
I don't want to find any more freaking people on their knees wearing bed sheets anymore.
Yeah, and it only gets creepier from here. There's a point I was like, dude, just drop a J-Dam on this whole house with us in it, man. Yeah. Like, nobody needs to see what we're seeing right now.
Like, this is danger close. Like, I know. That's your position.
Oh, I'm not surviving this. Just send it. I don't want anyone else to be around for this.
Zelensky, get up here.
Nope. Oh, my God.
Dude.
He's so calm.
No.
Nope.
No.
That's probably the most unrealistic part of this movie because I'm immediately squeezing the trigger. I'm flipping it down to full auto.
Yeah, I'm dumping every round I have down that hallway, and I'm running in the other direction screaming.
This, like, how is this thing upside down there?
and then it's like going like this, and then it starts like puking out. I'm like, no, dude. And this guy just calmly rolls down a smoke grenade, and then like cool guy flicks off the ring. Like, I'm not cool guy flicking off anything, dude. I am slamming every freaking round I have. I'm dumping all my mags, and I'm running for the woods.
I'm losing all cool points in this house. I am screaming. Dude, I'm like, ah! Like,
you guys are on your own, bro. If anyone sticks around, they'll be like, "Where's Sean at?" He left 30 minutes ago. Yeah. I'm pretty sure an Uber came and picked him up, and he's at an Applebee's drinking beers, praying for you guys and wishing you the best.
Yeah, this is a miserable situation, but kudos to Evan Royalty for being able to create such suspense and such creepiness out of the daylight, out of obviously a low budget, but still make it cool.
It didn't feel like low budget. The only reason we say obviously low budget is because it's YouTube 4 years ago and you're a YouTuber, so like we know how YouTube goes. Nobody's running around giving us a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So, but if you watch this, it doesn't feel low budget. This is awesome.
I think they did a lot with what they had for this.
Dude, I would be so proud of this if we made this. I would be like, yeah. But it paid off. 23 million views. That thing paid for itself.
Yeah, and look, I think it would be awesome to actually talk with them. If anybody has any contacts with Evan Royalty, get this video to him. I'd love to sit down and talk to him about this and just what they're doing. I think it's pretty cool. I'm glad we came across this. I'll definitely check out some more of his productions.
So super cool movie. Great job, dude. Glad we came across it. We came across it because it got 23 million views, and YouTube was like, you guys will like this.
Yeah.
But that was awesome, man. Kudos. Super proud of you. Super stoked for this. And let us know if you guys have seen it. If not, go check it out. You're going to like it.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.